everybody, it's Cathryn Hartt of Hartt and Soul Studio, the unacting coach. I'm called that because the best thing you can do as an actor is to not look like you're acting. So yeah, we learn all the technique and stuff so that we can throw it in the trash can and smudge it all up so it doesn't look like acting. The tip of the day is, how in the world do I make all those lines not sound like I'm saying lines? Usually I get that right off the bat with people. I call it line acting. I am trying to act all of my emotions and everything by the way I say my lines. I am so sad. I am so happy. And you leave out everything else around the lines. That I'm taking care of in other tips. But today, here's some real simplistic tips on just how to say a conversation to someone. Instead of talking at them, first of all, connect. And when you are really having a real conversation, we don't make every word exactly the same importance through the entire speech that we're saying. It sounds kind of weird. So, first thing, understand that your characters don't know what they're going to say. You may know the script, but the character should not know the script. I don't know what the other person's going to say in the scene either as the character. So let the character break it up a little bit as if they might need some time to think about it. So, and put some little nonverbal sounds in there. Nonverbal sounds are sounds that are not actual words, so it doesn't actually change the script. Things that we do all the time. You can add all sorts of stuff. So instead of saying, hey, I'm going to say my line right now, and I'm going to go one line right after another because there are just periods, and then it's time for someone else to talk, so then I stop talking. No, that's not how you really talk. Throw a bunch of little nonverbals in there. So I am going to, say my lines right now because, well, because I can. And I'm just going to say them kind of broken up in little choppy things and maybe drag out some words and stuff like that so I don't really say everything exactly the same way like you do when you really talk. All right, here's a really quick tip. Tip number 2, don't talk too loudly. If you talk too loudly and you say your lines too loudly, like you're doing stage or something, you sound really phony. Plus, it will tend to make you put all of your energy into saying those words instead of using all the other stuff. After all, camera's about pictures. So I want to talk more like about here. I've got a mic right here or right over my head, so I don't have to talk that loudly. So when I bring my voice down, it tends to make it seem a lot more natural, and also it tends to let me put a lot more emphasis in my energy and what I'm doing and other things and how I'm using my clothes and what I'm doing with my hair and stuff like that. I can put more of my acting itself into other things that are not my lines. Okay, and the last tip is throw some stuff away. Again, you don't say stuff all with the same amount of importance when you're really talking. That means that nothing has importance because everything I am saying to you right now has the same amount of importance. So, in actuality, you might want to, kind of throw away some of the lines like this, kind of like, I don't want to make everything so important. And then I could say the things that are really important in a different way, but then I'm going to kind of maybe throw that stuff away because, I don't know, maybe even almost mumble it, but just to still be able to understand what I'm saying, though. Even though I'm kind of mumbling right now, you can still understand me. So you can differentiate, throw some of the stuff away. Don't make everything so important. Okay, so there are 3 wonderful little tips that you can use to make your lines not sound like lines. So go on out there and unact.